Oh, hi, welcome to SciFi Vision for December 16th. I was in the process of editing that when you you started the video, and then I'm like, what is happening? I couldn't move it after you started.
Oh, it was funny because I was like, where did I go? And then I saw myself in the middle.
I was in the middle doing it when you pressed play. I didn't know it would stop me from editing it, so I'm like,
yeah,
all
that's
right.
funny.
Yeah. Did they just come in? Oh, yeah. Okay. B was here at 9. Yes, we start at 10. But anyway, welcome everybody for December 16th. We have Pluribus tonight, and then you guys are going to do Percy Jackson because I'm going to try to watch season 1 before I start watching it. Hello, Karen. Just a quick update for everybody. I had mentioned this the other night, but we're going to have a Stranger Things trivia this Thursday since we don't have any more Stranger Things to cover. That'll be at 10 Eastern. We're still going to do that. And then if we can, I think we're planning to do a Christmas trivia on Monday because we're done with the artist too. So why not, right? We might as well. But, you know, for sure, just always check Discord and YouTube for schedules in case anything changes. But thank you everybody for coming. Please like the video, subscribe to SciFi Vision, and hit that hype button if you see it. Hello, guys.
Hola.
Hola.
Karen, you're muted. I'll unmute you.
Hi, you guys. How are you?
Hey,
Hi.
Karen, you've been doing this long enough. You should know you're muted. I'm just kidding. I did the same figure.
I was going to try to upload like a holiday backdrop behind me into this, into the backdrops that we have here on StreamYard, but I didn't have time today.
I didn't even think to do that.
Yeah, I didn't want, so I wouldn't be, we have like a bunch of
got a wintry wonderland behind you, kind of.
It's a cherry blossom wonderland behind me.
But it looks wintry.
Kind of looks.
Maybe by next week I'll get it.
Yeah, maybe.
But I was moving kind of slow because you guys know I'm like the walking wounded lately, and I didn't have time. But next Tuesday I'm gonna try to be like sitting in Santa's chair or have a snowman or a Grinch or something. So.
something.
Yeah.
And we'll have a Christmas. I'll make sure we have a Christmas background. You did remind me though, because I was just thinking maybe I should change my background for my interview, and then it made me think about it. Thursday for My Life is Murder, I'm talking to Lucy Lawless again. So if anybody has any questions, you can send them to me either on X or in Discord. Just send me a message, and yeah. So that's all I got for this week. I think it's a slow week. It's getting close to Christmas. And I did put up the last artist interview finally. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, the only other things going on, I watched the new Stranger Things trailer. It came out for the next few episodes, which I can't believe in a week I'll be trying to watch 4 hours of that. And there was a trailer out for Paradise that I watched. Paradise is not coming until I think February, right? But
yeah, February
already.
Okay.
And I think in January Starfleet Academy starts, right?
I believe so, yeah.
And there's another show on the network that looks like kind of interesting that's coming. They said
what it's called?
Yes, let me look in my email. I just remember that it said something about government secrets, and I was like, oh, okay, I could watch that one.
How did I miss that? It's probably in my spam folder. That's probably why, because I did see
if I can find it. It said you now have access. It said I gotta try to find it. And also Amazon has released screeners for Alex Cross Part 2.
Yes, I did see that.
Which I don't know if I remember being like kind of frustrated by season 1. And it was really the acting that kept me watching it. But what is coming on the network?
What is that? Banging. Sounds like a drum. Yeah, it sounds like a
drum. It might have been my keyboard. It might have been like typing on my keyboard, clicking on my keyboard.
No, not the clicking. It sounds like the I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I hear something.
So you can't really find out what's on the network because when you put that in, Google just thinks like networks, right?
Yeah, it's like trying to find from. We've discussed the bad of everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll have to look at that. Maybe I can cover it. I didn't even. I somehow missed that. As I should have got an email. I see something says Kingdom of Dreams. Is that it?
Sure. What's it about?
I don't know. I just see an image. This is Kingdom of Dreams in my email from the network. A French entrepreneur uses punk talent to reinvigorate fading fashion. That's not it.
No.
And there's one called The Green Veil.
Yes,
and one
the Green Veil. It's the Green Veil, right?
Okay.
The Green Veil. It is about, from the creator of artist. It's a sinister historical drama set in the 1950s America where buried government secrets start to surface. I mean, that's got to
be out, or is it? It's already out. It looks like
it's streamed now. I mean, I'm sorry, 1950s America, buried government secrets. That's got to be Area 51.
Yeah, probably. And for anybody who's interested, that is also directed by Aaron Rappaport, who directed The Artist. So
who created the network?
Who created the network? Yes, that as well. That as well.
So I might watch that. It's free, guys.
Golden Child B. Hi, guys.
It's free to sign up for the network, so anybody can try to watch those shows.
Yes. Anybody can try to watch it. And if you haven't, watch the first half of The Artist and get caught up before we start again on Monday. After Christmas, I mean Monday. All right. Well, what did you guys think of Pluribus? I'm happy we're finally getting some of, I'm not going to remember his name, but the male character.
Manusos.
Manusos. I want to call him Manuno.
Like Maria Menounos? No, it's
yes, that's what I keep trying to say, and it's not even coming out. Manusos. I'll get it eventually. I'm glad we finally got to see him, but I kind of figured they were going to end it right before they met, which sucks.
Well, I mean, he does live very, very, very far away.
Yeah.
I refer to this episode as Pluribus the musical.
Did you guys find it? I found pieces of it, if I'm honest, though, a little boring after a while. Like I got into it, but like some of the driving and everything got a little bit to me. It was a little bit too much. Like I think they could have condensed this to like half an hour, and I would have been a little happier. I don't know. What did you guys think? Did you feel like
I didn't mind it at all. I enjoyed all of it.
I enjoyed it. I just thought it was a little slow.
Yeah, no, I thought it all it was very interesting.
I thought it was the best episode yet, maybe, but I'm not surprised.
Really? Wow.
I'm not surprised.
That part's wrong.
I'm not surprised to find it to be a little I don't want to say polarizing because we're not polarized on it, but I'm not surprised that that some people would find it long and slow, and some people would find it like, I thought it was just incredible in the way it shows the differences between like Carol and Manusos in their rejection of the others, and like what Carol's like violent rejection ends up meaning for her, and what and what Manusos' more kind of quiet and dignified rejection. His rejection is so wholly complete in a way that Carol's is not. And I just thought, and it all pays off in that ending, right? Like you don't
get, but honestly, it wasn't the Menounos stuff that I thought was kind of slow. It was Carol's stuff because it took so long for her to get from point A to point B. Like he to me was more interesting because we don't know a lot about him. And yeah, I agree with you. It was nice to see kind of the parallels, but I just thought like some of the stuff, like it was funny, the stuff she did. But like there was the golf and there was the swimming and the paintings and that. I think they could have condensed it a little bit. And I am getting like, I'm so glad that she is like done ignoring them, because if I have to hear that voicemail one more time, I'm going to scream. I think they played that joke a little too long.
That was like I say every week that the first thing I would have said was
over it.
Can you guys shorten it to leave your message, beep?
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been.
I was waiting for her to ask them to change the message. Yeah, I mean, I think the slowness and the repetitiousness of it is important to show that 43 days goes by in this episode.
48.
Right?
I think 48 days.
I think so it was already what, day
12? It was day 12.
Okay.
Yeah, it was day 12, and then we just jumped like a month ahead.
Yeah, I mean, more than a month goes by, and I think they showed like to show Carol's like what it means to be fully, totally alone for that period of time. For Carol, for someone like Carol, at least. It's very different from Manusos, who's also alone for that amount of time. He's been more alone because he's been rejecting the others from day one, minute one, right? And how Carol's rejection is not complete. Like Carol like does. I mean, she's not the full like Mr. Diabate, like the Vulture recapper referred to it as a Make-A-Wish. He's on a Make-A-Wish tour. And Carol's not like that, but she is like interacting with the others and having them. You can't say that you reject them and then ask them to stock an entire grocery store just for you, so you can pretend that you're being independent of them when actually they put the whole store together. Whereas Manusos is like, I'll eat dog food rather than deal with you people, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you thought Carol was extreme. He's quite extreme.
I mean, he's, I think in the earlier episodes, I thought that he would come and be like a follower of Carol, and now I think like he's gonna like, is Carol gonna like chip away at his resistance, or is he gonna show Carol what resistance really is?
Yeah, that's a good question.
It's going to be very interesting once they get to finally meet.
Yeah.
I have to say though, it really sucks to win $10,000 when money means nothing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What's going to be even more interesting is, so I was kind of hoping to see, whoever came down from the helicopter be like, "Can we please help you?" and have him be like, "I'd rather die," or something. Like I wanted to see that. I feel like I do feel like they've healed him against his will.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be very interesting when we see him in the next episode, how he feels about that.
Yeah.
I thought for a couple of minutes was going to happen is I thought she was going to get hit by that firecracker and then she was going to go in the hospital and it was going to end up somehow that he was in the same hospital, but he was still pretty far away from her. So, I don't know. That was my thought for part of it. Let's start putting up some of these. We can at least, some of them we're not to yet. We're going to Carol playing them to get revenge while he's just trying to get away from them. She's, I think, over that. And I also question, has she given up? I mean, like, is she going to completely accept him now, or she just needs some human contact? I guess.
I felt like it's the human contact.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have some thoughts about both. I have a lot of thoughts about this scene. I have, I mean, that scene, I mean, those are like far beyond firecrackers. Those are full on like
fireworks.
Those are like, some of them are like legit, like fireworks are, big.
Yeah. And it seems kids, you use fireworks, don't sit in a circle with them right next to you. That was like kind of stupid to begin with.
It was like Russian roulette. It was, I mean, when you think, I mean, it was, yeah, it made me wonder if it was intentional because obviously she was contemplating letting the one hit her. But let's get back to. I want you to go back to the scene of her in the 7-Eleven, which is so early in the episode. I mean, I just am really like we've been talking about her resistance, but she's like calling them and asking them to bring her a cold gate to turn on the pump. And we see that juxtaposed later in the episode with Manusos like refusing. He would never call to have the pump turned on. Like he siphons gas out of somebody's tank and leaves money to pay for it. Whereas Carol is just here like asking them to like serve her and then like taking the lottery ticket and scratching it like is it was just so amazing later to see Manusos who would never do a thing like that. And like, where does that put Carol on like the resistance scale? Or
I think she's finally, I feel like this episode's showing that she's losing that resistance because she's starting to, I mean, it kind of goes to both extremes because she's starting to enjoy some of the stuff. Like she asks for the Gatorade, she asks for the fancy food, which before she was only taking like the necessities other than the grocery store.
She asked them to assemble an entire grocery store just for her.
I said other than the grocery store, but I mean, she was accepting food. She wasn't doing what Debate has been doing. But I feel like she accepted
she accepted them like taking away her trash so the wolves won't come. She accepted them bringing a backhoe to dig a grave for her wife. She never has rejected them truly.
Completely, no.
Except in the first maybe like 24 to 48 hours, and never on the level that Manusos has, right?
Right. But I'm just saying I feel like a week ago or a couple days ago, however you want to say it in their time, I don't think that she would have asked for the Gatorade though, or the dinner. I think that that's what I'm saying. Like, I think slowly as this goes, like, it seems to me that the first part of this is her kind of letting loose and just doing whatever she wants because she feels like she can finally. And she plays golf, and then by the end of the episode, it's kind of to the extreme, but I don't know. That's how I felt about it.
Yeah. I just like that scene with a lot. I mean, yeah, she wins $10,000 and I get that money like doesn't mean anything.
I know she's like,
at this point, there's just also that issue that, okay, it doesn't mean anything and nobody wants to play the lottery, but like she kind of stole it in a way that Manusos will not steal things that, I mean, I guess it's all summed up at the end when he says like, you can't give me anything. Nothing is yours. You've stolen everything.
Yeah.
When she, I feel like she kind of like in the middle of the episode, like with the Gatorade and the dinner or anything, I felt like she was doing it to be obnoxious in a way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. That's why I said it's like not quite like Debarté, but it's a little bit like what he's doing. Like
no. See, I disagree with that. I don't think it's anything like he's doing. He's completely
not using people, but
he is just going all in. I think with what she did, it was like, even though it's not an inconvenience to them and it doesn't affect them emotionally, in her mind, I feel like she was trying to be a nuisance.
I think she's a very petty individual, and she probably was before, and she continues to be. And she is like, to call back and be like, that wasn't cold enough, do better next time. Like, she is a petty person. And Manusos is more like a principled person.
Right. I guess what I'm saying when I'm saying like a little bit like Debarté, what I'm meaning is like that she's going out and she's, like we said before, like you could do anything. Like she's going out, she's hitting balls into the windows. And like I said, not to his extent. I'm just saying she's letting loose a little bit, and because she's alone, she's finally like doing stuff. Like before, it was all like her trying to investigate and figure it out. Now she's just kind of like, I'll do whatever the fuck I want, but not necessarily happy about it, but a little bit. Yeah, she's deeply unhappy and miserable, so she's nasty to everyone else.
She was before. Like we saw her being nasty to people in restaurants and things before the end of.
Yeah, she was never a nice person. Yeah. So we don't know how this will eventually.
Whereas Debarté, he's like a full-on like hedonist right now. He's just he figures he has like he thought he had 6 months to live until they assimilated him, and let me just go out and like have all the enjoyment of all the things that I never could have had before and never will have again, right? But now it turns out they can't assimilate them without their consent.
Yeah, but she's at least attempting to anyway to do some stuff. There's the buffalo. I love there's just like a random buffalo.
It's ludicrous, this scene. First of all, they travel in herd. Where did this herd travel in herds? Unless there was a solitary buffalo that had been living in the zoo and was let free or something, which I hope not. I hope there would never be just one. But I was like, how could there just be one lone bison like walking around a golf course in Albuquerque? Like, where is its herd? Where is it? But it did get me.
If a bear can get to New York, I can buy the buffaloes in the.
I mean, that bear could have come out of the Central Park Zoo.
I know,
right? In a very, this is a herd animal that we saw one of.
That's true.
And we see there are no animals in this show. Like, they're the wolves, but what happened to all the pet dogs and cats that they set free all the animals in the zoo? If there's a zoo in Albuquerque, to set captive animals free from a zoo is a death sentence. To set cats and dogs free is a death sentence for them. So for these like life valuing like aliens or whatever they are, the others, to have done this to all these animals, truly they should be kept caretaken, right? Like they're like, but we never see animals in this show except like weirdly when they wanted to have a weird scene like this, I guess, right?
Yeah, very true. Hey, Doc, welcome. Yeah, no, I know. I just think it was funny. I liked it, whether it makes total sense or not. I still thought it was funny, but I agree.
I don't think it was supposed to be funny, right? Though I think it's supposed to be like,
just
is it
kind
supposed
of
to be funny?
Not funny like haha funny, funny like quirky, weird,
Like surreal funny.
Yes, that kind of. Yeah, I don't mean like ha, it's a joke, but just kind of really odd.
Yeah,
and odd with what's going on.
I gotta get my glasses. I'm just stepping out.
With it. We never see aliens and animals at the same time, or animals and aliens. What do you think that means? Do you think that? I don't know what that means.
I mean, we saw a bunny. We saw a bunny on this golf course, also, right?
Oh yeah, we did.
Like, and that's like it. That's all we see. Like, I don't know. There are other things in this episode that make me think that even though they can't lie, could they be lying about some things? Maybe they can lie.
I don't know. Or maybe the animals that came back, they're protecting. Who knows? I'd like to think they gave them the option, and when they came back, they fed them. But that's probably not the case. But I'll just pretend that's the case. And then here's where she takes the car because she's out of her car. Is she out of gas or is it not working? I can't remember. But either way, she switches to the just married car, which was funny. Goes to the hot springs.
Yeah, because it's a Rolls Royce. That's why she took it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get a good shot of that actual car, only the other one. Sorry. But yeah, there it is. That's that's what I was kind of talking about. Like she's taking things and she's more accepting, I guess, here than she was before a little bit.
She might be a little inspired by Diabaté. Remember, he had like 5 Lamborghinis or whatever they were out in front of his casino. He had a fleet.
He had 7. He had one for each day. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with what just me saying. If they can't outright lie, but they can omit things.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. I love how she's singing Who Let the Dogs Out as she's floating in the pool or in the hot springs.
What?
That was when she's singing. Yeah, because she was saying, I want to take off all my clothes. Wasn't it?
That's hot in here. That's not.
That's hot in here.
You're right. It's hot in here. It was something about taking off.
I was like, what are you talking? I was like, what are you talking about?
You're right. It's hot in here. I'll take off all my clothes. Okay, sorry.
Here. Yeah. I mean, if you were truly alone and you don't work, you don't talk, you don't have anything to do, like, of course, you're going around doing stuff, right? And like, she's enjoying herself a little bit. And it's not taking anything from the others to go be in a natural hot spring, right?
Right. And she's enjoying her art. I like how she went to see the paintings and then brought it home. Like you could just walk.
I love that.
Wow. Yeah.
I love the fact that she had a replica in her apartment or her house, and then went and got the real Georgia O'Keeffe painting. I thought that was so cool.
I read a lengthy discussion in the Vulture comments about this painting and what it means. And Georgia O'Keeffe's work is so sensual and sexual in a lot of ways, right? And there's a word that they use in the chat, which is like the opposite of phallic, but it's so feminine, her work, right? And representative of the feminine bodies. And it's not, so in this chat, people were saying, well, it's not surprising that for Carol and her wife, that they would love this work. And if you live in New Mexico, of course you love this work. And it turns out this is actually a flower that's from Hawaii. And this flower, the painting is titled Belladonna, but the flower is not really Belladonna. It's called Devil's Trumpet. But it's closely related to belladonna, which of course is a poisonous plant. And there's like so much, like you could read so much subtext into this painting being hung on the wall. Could also just be that it's just a painting that they picked out of the Georgia O'Keeffe Museum to be in the scene, right? But you could read so much into a Georgia O'Keeffe painting titled Belladonna that is like the one that she loves and selects for her house. And
yeah, that's cool. No, I didn't dive that far, but that's cool. But yes, I do like
it. Thank you, Debbie. The word is yonic. It's not phallic is male, yonic is female. Yeah. And that's what this painting is.
Very, very. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Trey, Bill. Got lots of people in the chat.
Debbie's an artist, so she probably could like understand my babble recently much more than. I mean, why wouldn't you? We've seen many end of the world shows where, I mean, they're like an entire season of Walking Dead was built around, or whatever that show is. The Carol and Daryl show was built around like the Mona Lisa, right?
Yeah, when they stole it. Yeah, I mean, at least she's preserving it, I guess.
I mean, she's not, because painting is kept in the right humidity and temperature and everything. So,
and it's not like the world is dying that she needs to take it, that like it's an actual apocalypse.
I mean, it's not, she lives in a dry environment. It's probably not going to like ruin the painting for like 50 years, but it's not, you know, and hey, at least it can be enjoyed. No one's ever going to come to that museum again. So at least the one person in the country, like the one, I mean, she seems to be the only American. I mean, Diabate happens to be in Vegas right now, but she's the only person in North America, right?
Yeah, the other ones aren't there. That's true. And it's, I never really thought about it. Maybe it's making you think about that too. Like, it's not just that they've lost their individuality, like they've lost expression of that. And that's why they don't care about art or anything else. I mean, look, they don't care about anything but what they need, like, to survive. And
I don't know what these people are doing all day, and we can't get to know because the whole town moved away, right? Because they're like, we got to get away from you, Carol. I mean, in retrospect, after watching this episode, I don't think they moved away to preserve themselves from Carol's outbursts. I think they moved away to teach Carol a lesson, and it worked.
They wanted her to ask them back. I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't really like think about that a whole lot until the end of the episode, but by then it's really clear.
But would there, like in other cities, would there people be living in the house, Carol's neighbors' houses, and do they like go, you know, like that is her name Lakshmi, the Indian woman who hates Carol so much, and her son is converted, but she seems to have her son at home with her. Like I guess the others have let the son be with her because it makes her happy. We don't really see children other than him in this whole show. We didn't ever see children among the others ever, except for that one kid, right?
And, well, we saw the two kids that told her where the spare key was.
Yeah. And so are there, I mean, would there still be other child rearing? Like, you've still got to, even though the child has the consciousness of all of humanity, it still has a small body and has to be raised up to be able to, like, I mean, do all 5-year-olds know how to drive now? And do they have all, right?
That is an excellent question.
Like a fully mature mind in a tiny body? And like, do you have, and babies too? Like, do you have to teach them to walk and talk? Do they know how, I mean, their body can't walk. Like, what the others be doing all day long? And plenty of people stay home and don't work, right? Like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
That's
inquiring minds want to know.
Probably. Debbie says they're probably building an antenna the size of Africa. And they're trying to contact the alien race.
Yeah.
And Just Me says all children would know everything. Yeah, I would think as long as they're old enough to have a formed brain, like that they can think, like babies know. A baby can't think like a person can, but I would assume that even small children, as long as they have a mature enough brain, would be able to.
I got a question for AJ. Just Me says all children would know everything.
Oh, sorry.
AJ, you're a dad. Don't all children think they know everything anyway?
I was just going to say that.
They think they do.
Like, your kids think they know everything, right? Does Damon think he knows everything? Does Artie think
absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But
I think I know some adults that think they know everything too.
Do you not have to teach them to read and write? Does everybody speak every language and like, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, but you're right though. I mean, younger children definitely still need to be cared for and helped. And I'm sure they have some kind of, I'm sure the little woman who lives in a shoe is taking care of all that.
Yeah.
If they had muscle, well, they'd have muscle memory too. So I wonder, like, if a 4-year-old could do surgery or something, or if they really couldn't.
Well, they couldn't reach the table, right?
Well,
right. Exactly.
Maybe
have a whole country of Doogie Howsers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. My kid goes through phases. If it benefits her to not know something, then she definitely doesn't know, like, how to clean the toilet.
Yeah.
That's creepy. Yeah.
Yeah.
They know all when they need to know all.
Yeah. So, this is when Carol goes to this dinner. What do you guys think? I thought the scene was amazing also. I love this scene.
Yeah, I did too.
She cleans up nice.
Yeah, she looks pretty. I'm not sure what it says. I mean, I think that it says that she's grieving less, I guess is maybe the best way to put it. She's starting to get a little better. I don't know if that's the right way to word it, but you know what I mean? Like she's able to go to the restaurant her and her wife went to, and she's able to look at it in a different way now, maybe. And
but it's go ahead, AJ, please.
I would say I love the comment she makes about it. She's like, despite everything, they know how to cook.
Yeah. I mean, this is an amazing turnaround where up until this point, Carol has said, like, Helen's off limits to you. Anything Helen knows, you don't ever like. And then she calls them and she's like, you know what we had on our, you know which restaurant it is, and they cook all these dishes that she's like, oh, New York, 1991, and whatever these meals and these locations and the dates that are important in Carol's life, she's reenacting these great meals. And it's amazing that she has so previously like wanted them to like block off that knowledge, or it was like too painful for her to realize that like Helen is dead and not dead, right? And it's just incredible that like now 30 days have gone by and she's feeling very differently about that, right?
That's the only thing I don't know, like if you think too much about, but again, it's like anything else. It's a TV show, so they have to move things along.
I mean, I'm not really complaining about that.
No, I'm not either. I'm just saying like she's able to reminisce about it, but I feel like would she really be that far in her grief a month in? Probably not in real life.
Yeah, people are, everybody's different though.
Everybody's different.
Hard to really put a
Carol's basically been in solitary confinement now for 30 days, right? Like solitary confinement in jail, like, yes, they keep you in this small room all day, but it's really about denying you human contact is really what it's about. Solitary confinement, right? It's not about making you stay in a space. And Carol's, and it is like, there are people who consider it to be a form of torture, and there are psychologists who consider solitary to be very detrimental to one's mental health. And that is kind of what Carol's gone through, right? So it may have accelerated, like she's only in her head alone all day, every day, even when she's playing golf, right? So I maybe can accept that this turnaround would happen in this quickly, so to speak, right?
Yeah,
I like the all the songs kind of made sense in the moments and everything, but having the player piano play "I Will Survive" was very fitting, I thought, in the scene.
Yeah, and Carol selected that.
Yeah,
this is like a futuristic player piano. I've never seen a player piano. Well, I mean, I know they have them, but I've never seen a player piano like that.
Somebody, I can't remember who it was, but I remember that somebody had one when I was a little kid, and you could pick a song, but there were like these scrolls of paper that you would load into
on the organ. I've seen those.
Yeah. This looks like it's electronic, which
it's got an iPad connected to it or something. Yeah. Hey, Amy. Let's see. Amy says Carol looked bougie with her outfit.
She did.
She did.
She looked good, though.
She's got some fancy clothes, probably from going to her book releases and premieres and stuff.
I mean, she's a like legit celebrity in like author world, at least, right?
Yeah.
And she had a lot of money, so she and her wife could have, they clearly traveled quite a lot and had some really excellent meals. She looked good. She looked great. I mean, for me, like I've been working at home for 5 years, and I sometimes stay in my pajama pants all day. If the end of the world came for me like this, I would have just been in my pajamas for 30 straight days, probably.
Yeah.
So you have to have that one day you get to dress up and go out, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. He says she still has the sadness in her eyes. She is still sad, but I don't know. I think she's definitely grown though. Since the beginning, she's changed a lot. That's for sure.
I mean, at this point in the show, after she's been we've seen her going through, a lot of different activities, and is "I Will Survive," is she playing it as a song of defiance at this moment, or to convince herself of something at this moment, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she, like I mentioned earlier, and we'll talk about when we get there about the fireworks.
Yeah.
It shows she's not as well as I think maybe she's pretending to be at this moment.
Yeah.
And then we have Menounos.
Manousos.
I'm going to keep saying it wrong. Menounos. Who, like you said, yeah, he's kind of he's at the extreme of Carol. He's not accepting any help whatsoever. Whether it's, even water or anything.
He won't take a bottle of water. He won't take a ride. I mean, I can get being like, we won't fly you to, like he won't take they're like, we can fly you to Carol. I mean, I think it really pisses him off that they think they know where he's going. They're assuming he's going to see Carol.
They do know where he's going. Or, well, we're assuming. I guess we're assuming too, but it's pretty obvious that it's where he's going. Yeah. Just Me had said earlier, I thought he and Carol would get along, but now it seems he's stronger than Carol in regards to his resistance. I agree. He's like, I kept wanting to be like, at least accept the water, but I get it. Like, it's not about the water. It's about the point that he doesn't want to give in to.
Yeah.
Carol playing them to get revenge while he's trying to get away from them. Yeah, he doesn't really have an ulterior motive like she does a lot of times. That's a good point.
I mean, we don't know what he's been through. Like, we know that Carol lost her wife at the moment that this happened. Her wife died, right? And that she had this level of grief. I'm not saying that he hasn't lost things, but we know his mother was a bitch, and he's not missing her much, right? And I don't know if he lost a spouse or children or whatever, but
I get the feeling he was pretty secluded already.
Yeah.
So he just gives off that vibe.
Yeah. She goes out that the aliens killed the love of her life. She feels they owe her whatever she demands. That's true too.
Yeah.
I should put that up earlier, but yeah. She's definitely turned around. That's for sure. She's changed. Let's see. Okay, so here's the guy trying to give him stuff. He's like, just yell up to the sky or wave to the sky or something.
Yeah.
So annoying. They're watching you. They're spying on you every minute, right?
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. And there he is getting the gas and going on his trip. And I don't know how he's going to get all the way to where he's going. And I mean, he's going to have to, I figured, switch vehicles at some point anyway.
Well, there is, I mean, we'll see where this goes, but so he's from Paraguay. Paraguay is like really, really far. It's like dead in the middle of South America, kind of near like southern Brazil. And he has to drive all the way like across like, I guess, Bolivia and up through Chile. And like we see, he drives into Ecuador through Quito. Like he has like, it is a long, long, long way. Through many,
but you could technically do it.
Well, you can't. You can't. We see that you can't drive from South America to North America, which we see when he gets to the Darien Gap. There is no overland. There's no way to go. This is why we'll get to it, but it's impassable. There is no way to drive from South America to North America all the way. The Pan American Highway ends in Panama at the Darien Gap, and there's 100 miles of impenetrable forest, and then the highway picks up on the other side in Colombia. There's literally no way to go without flying or taking a boat or walking across the Darien Gap, which is what migrants do trying to get to America, walking from South America to America. And that's why you see all those clothes there and all those belongings that people have left the last thing that they own as they go into this hella dangerous place to try to walk. Like, this is how, there's literally he always knew he was going to have to do that. There's no way to, I mean, if he didn't know, he must have known. I mean, I guess a lot of people don't know. But he must have known.
Yeah. Yep. He eventually does get there, and he's been learning English on the way is the other point.
Yeah, I don't see Carol trying to learn anybody else's language to try to talk to them, right? She's like typical American, just assumes everybody should speak English, or we'll get a translator.
Right.
Very true. She does seem to think that. So yeah, there he is at the jungle, and they're like, "Please don't go. Please don't go. We'll help you. We'll take you there. This is dangerous."
This is the most dangerous thing that migrants do when they're trying to come from South America to get into.
And probably not many of them make it.
Many people die in the Darien Gap.
And this is where they're like, "We'll even transport your car. We know how much it means to you." And he's like, "No."
He's like, "You want to bet?"
He's like, "No, I'm not taking your help no matter what. Anything you have is stolen." I mean, that was his car, but he wouldn't even accept their help.
Burning his car, it was that right there, that was just an act of defiance.
Oh, yeah.
If they hadn't showed up to try to talk him out of it, I don't think he does that.
Oh, yeah.
I feel though like he kind of screwed himself, though. I mean, he ruined his own car. I'm not sure that really.
He's never coming back. He's never coming back.
No, I know.
Right.
He knows he's never coming back. He knows he might die on the way. But you're right. I don't think he would have burned it. He would have left it there. There was no reason to burn it. And this is where he has that incredible couple of lines where he says, like, "There's nothing you can offer me. You don't have anything. Everything you have is stolen." And he burns the car to show them, like, "I'd rather burn my car than like accept help from you." It was incredible. I thought it was amazing. Like, there's so little dialogue in this episode, but what little there is incredible.
Yeah. Also, just me says, I think maybe that's why they stretched out the journey to show he's learning English. Yes, I feel like by the time he gets to Carol, he's probably going to know pretty good English. But look, that's a way they can get around it. And that really doesn't bother me. Like, could he really learn it on his own from cassettes that quickly? I don't know. But
I mean, but he's learning to say, like, "To whom do the coats belong? The coats belong to him. The cat is gray," right? Or the pencil is gray. Like, he's learning.
The dog is yellow.
And he's learning it on cassette, right? He's learning a type of English.
Yeah, he's learning words and dialect, not necessarily going to be able to put it all together.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because it's English 101. It's like what I learned in my first semester of Spanish in 7th grade, right? It took me like 5 years to be able to have an actual conversation about anything important. But he'll be able to, like, say who he is, and and it's a show, so he'll probably learn great English from this. He'll probably be able to. Because if we know Manusos, he's not going to allow the others to be a translator.
No. I mean, that was Carol too. Carol didn't want a translator either.
Yeah. He'll just get a Spanish-English dictionary and, like, point out words if that's what it takes.
Yeah.
I mean, not for nothing. I mean, all you need is Google Translate on your phone.
I know. That's what I kept thinking. Like, I wish they'd have a phone, and then they could just be like, you would think they would.
Yeah, then the others could track every single thing they do.
There's probably no towers up anymore, though. Like,
I don't know. The others might need phones to. I mean, I guess they don't because.
Well, no, why would they? They wouldn't need phones. They can talk to each other through.
No, they don't have telekinesis. They're a hive mind. They're a hive mind.
They're a hive mind, Karen.
They only needed to talk to those people. So, like, they wouldn't need cell phones. They can use a few landlines. They probably took the towers down because it's not convenient and not efficient, I would think.
Yeah. Yeah,
but there's probably no internet because they know everything. They wouldn't need internet because they wrote the internet, right? I mean,
but the other people still want but people like the Abate and Carol still want the internet.
Yeah. No, I'm just getting to the point of why they don't just have them use a cell phone with translator. Like,
and just because they wrote the internet, like I wrote a lot of things. I don't remember them all, right? Like, could there be things that have to be looked up? Like, maybe sometimes.
I don't know. If one person has a photographic memory, would they all have a photographic memory?
Oh my God, you're blowing my mind right now, Jamie.
Sorry, I'm just thinking because I'm thinking like the internet has everything, but created it. So I don't know because they don't just have like current knowledge; they have all of knowledge, right?
All of knowledge is on my phone. Yeah,
all of knowledge of every person that was alive at the time.
Okay, that's not all of knowledge. Okay, so it's not all of knowledge through the history.
Like somebody doesn't have Albert Einstein's knowledge because he wasn't alive at the time of joining.
So I would think they might still need the internet. I was just saying that is kind of like an easy fix that they're not using, and I was just kind of giving an reason.
They need the internet to like turn on the pump when Carol says turn on the pump, and somehow it just goes on. Like somebody somewhere is controlling stuff, right?
True.
And anyway, yes, this is
with me. Although I think it usually probably takes more than a month to learn a language. Listening
more than a month, but there are people like I have a friend who speaks 6 languages and he's just really good. Like he can pick up like he has a talent. And of course, here's the thing. Okay, Manusos can't, but we know that children pick up languages pretty quickly, right? So, like, I mean, I guess everybody speaks every language right now because they're a hive mind. But, you know, there are people who have a great facility. And I have a friend who can pick up a language, even in his 40s now, much faster than most people can because it's just his gift, right? Whereas other people are an artist or something. But, you know, Manusos, who knows? Nobody is going to remember rewritten text, correct, except for the one girl on Talamasca who can remember every single written text that she's ever read.
Fair enough.
Well, anybody who has a photographic memory can, but they have to have a photographic memory.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess they.
And here's the thing. Also, just because, like, if I had a photographic memory, I could remember everything in a physics textbook. That doesn't mean I would understand it or be able to do it.
Well, but I would assume that if you have the knowledge of somebody who remembers everything, and you have the knowledge of somebody who understands all of physics,
yes,
who's like a physics genius, then together maybe you would. Yeah. I don't know. It's just interesting.
At any rate,
they wouldn't have read every book. You're right, B.
But at any rate, I'm sure Manusos is going to turn out to be a guy who learns English fairly quickly, right?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Which, like I said, I don't mind. I'd prefer them to do it that way, so I'm okay with it. So there's this plant. I don't remember what they called it, but it's very
doomed. He was doomed the moment they mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they said that there's bacteria, and if he gets cut by it at all, that he would likely die.
Give it a scratch to kill him.
He gets a scratch, yeah. Which
so
I don't know that I feel like, is that an exaggeration? Because we know he's probably not going to die. But he did burn them off, so that could also be part of it.
So it's called a chunga palm. CHUNGA, the chunga palm, also known as Chumbawamba, which I thought was only a band.
Yeah, I thought so too.
But apparently that's what they're named off. This incredible, killer, horrible palm tree that if you like fall into it, you are stabbed like 1,000,000 times. It has, there's a picture of it on the internet, and it has like it has a bunch of those little like prickers there on it. So anyway, yeah, I felt like the minute they said it, as soon as they were like, oh, and there's those palm trees, you better watch out for them. I'm like, oh my God, you just doomed him.
He's gonna fall.
Yeah.
And it was tough to watch. I think it was tough to watch him burning himself here. I mean, all he had to do was accept medical attention, but he refuses. So he's going to burn the shit out of his back.
I mean, if they knew, they said like wave at the sky.
Well, they have drones. They probably are.
Yeah, I have to wonder if a drone can penetrate like the rainforest. I don't know if it is a rainforest, the Darien Gap, and now it's night, and unless the drone was right above his head. But clearly they can follow him enough. And, you know, it's interesting they didn't intervene at this point, although he would have refused at this point, right? This was incredible where he chooses to like cauterize his own wounds in an attempt to like, I mean, I think he'd rather die than accept help, right?
Yeah.
The spines can cause deep wounds, often leading to severe bacterial infections, making them notorious dangers in the jungle. That's what I wondered. I was going to say, are they really deep enough that you would need to cauterize?
Well, you saw how long those spines were.
That's true. That would be pretty.
It was bad. Very naked and afraid. What kind of, right? You know, they're always like getting all stabbed and everything. Look at his back. I mean, they were like 5 inches long, and they went all the way into him. I can't believe they didn't pierce.
Yeah, my question is, how did he get them out? Like, or do they stay on the tree? I assume some of them
stay on the tree. He just pulled himself off.
They were like nails. I don't think they're like.
So it's not really like a cactus where they end up on you.
No.
Well, a cactus and like a porcupine quill, a lot of them have a little hook on the end, so they stay hooked in your flesh, and they pull out their They pull out, but this thing looked more like nails on a board almost, right? That were like just in there, and he just like pushed himself off. It was just me. I went through a period where I was kind of like obsessed the way like you drive slow next to a car crash, and I would like watch Naked and Afraid and be like, what is wrong with these people? Oh my God. And I don't understand, why do they have to be naked? Why can't they be wearing a t-shirt and afraid? Why do they have to be naked?
T-shirt and afraid.
Feed me, Seymour.
Yeah.
The killer plants of the jungle.
Oh, it was horrible. This poor Menusos. He's an incredible.
And he is down for the count, and they're going to help him whether he likes it or not. Which kind of surprises me a little bit. I mean, they won't do anything invasive, but there's still.
Well, that's why I wanted to. That's why I wanted to see a little more instead of ending it right there, because I wanted to see them say, "Please let us help you." You know.
Yeah, but
I mean, he's incapable of giving his consent for medical attention, so they're going to go ahead and do it. And truly, if somebody is found, wherever they find you, if you're unconscious, the hospital just helps you. They don't ask for your consent, right?
It is true.
Yeah, but things are a little different now, though.
Things are a little different now. Yeah. I mean, he had previously stated his desire to have no contact with them. Their intervention is counter to his request, right?
Right.
That's why I wasn't sure what would happen here. But I figured that we weren't going to know till the next episode. But yeah, I wonder if he's going to fight them and they're going to stop, or if he's going to have to.
He'll wake up in a hospital. He'll wake up in a hospital.
They're just going to do it. Yeah.
I think he'll wake up in a hospital and he'll be too sick really to. What are you going to do? Like get up and run out, right? I'm curious what you guys think. Would you think the others intervening here? I hesitate to use the words right or wrong, but are they doing good by Menusos or bad by Menusos? And are they doing it because they really want to help him, or are they serving their own need and their own philosophy here?
Well, I feel like it goes against what they've said by helping him. If they help him without his consent, I feel like that goes against what they've said in the past.
Right. And their kind of desire to protect all life is
I mean, they gave Carol a fucking grenade.
They did. They gave her a grenade when she asked for one. And
again, we might see him almost passing out when the episode starts, and he might say, "Yes, help me." So we don't know.
Right, we're not going to. Yeah,
so
it's going to be interesting. That's why I can't wait for the next episode, because I'm really curious to see how that whole thing plays out.
Well, have we skipped over the fireworks scene? That happened.
No, that's after.
That's after this. I mean, I feel like it's just like them saying we value every life, so let's set all the cats and dogs free. And then I'm sure all the pet cats got eaten by eagles and falcons and coyotes by now, right? Because they're not capable of living outside. So is this? Their morality is really kind of interesting to me.
It's very skewed.
It kind of is, yeah.
It's not about what's best. It's about
what they think is best.
They think is best. Yeah.
I mean, because there's no free will anymore, right? And there is.
And it's actually interesting the way they go about things. They feel that letting all the animals out is right because nothing should be caged and nobody owns anything. But do they feel that way as a collective because that's the general consensus? Is it because one person's opinion who is now in the collective feels that way, so they all feel that way? It's
right, because nobody in the collective ever said, listen, all those cats are going to get eaten if you let them go, right?
I do too. I just, like I said, in my mind, I think that they help the animals because I don't want to think about it otherwise. So I'm just kind of
they're are they valuing the so-called freedom or free will of the animals, but not that of people? Like the human race did not have a right to free will. They just took it all over. But now they're all these bison should live on a golf course and all these most of the animals in the zoo, we talked about this before, is a polar bear going to die because there's not the kind of large scale prey that it needs, or is animals not every animal can just live in New Mexico, right? Or wherever. And these are domesticated animals who have never hunted whatever. We talked about this, but
they would all die. I agree.
Value the freedom of those animals in a way that they don't value the freedom of humans is really interesting.
Yeah, I hadn't really thought about that, but you're right. There she is playing golf. I love that
which makes me wonder. Which makes me kind of wonder. So this show, Vince Gilligan got a 2-season commitment up front from Apple. And he it's been reported, some places report he's got 3 seasons, some places report he's got 4. Maybe it depends on how many eps he gets. But it makes me wonder, these questions we're having right now, like, what could we learn about what these people are really up to? Or the others, the presence, whatever it is, right?
I guess it depends if they're hiding things at all and omitting things, or if they're completely.
I feel like they're definitely omitting something.
I think so too.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, by the way, Carol, we're going to eat your dead wife's body, right?
Yeah.
No one ever said that.
No, I mean, the whole point. I mean, the whole point, I guess, of the show. You know, it's really a question of how do any of us handle this situation? Which you know, are we like Carol? Are we like Nusos? Are we like Diabate? Are we completely insane, like the woman that thinks that kid is still her son?
Oh yeah, she's in massive denial, right? That can't.
And I gotta say, I mean, every time I watch an episode, while I'm watching the episode, I sit there and think about all of this. I think, like, would it be better to just, at some point do you just go fuck it and join the collective? But then do I find out that I'm bored all the fucking time? And it's like nobody wants to do manual labor in the first place, and these people are doing manual labor all the time. Does it affect them the same way it affects you or me right now? I think about all of these
kinds of questions. You say I'll be happy, but what exactly does that mean? Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I think about this all the time.
More sci-fi-ish. I would like that. That's for sure.
I tell you, it's like I really want to know the answer to the question. If hypothetically, we can put everybody back to individuality. Since they're part of the hive mind, do they remember everything that the hive mind remembers when they become individuals again? Or are they like a clean slate-ish and only like remember everything up to the point of the takeover, and then they wake up and they're like, holy shit, how is it 2 years later?
Yeah. Well, and I like Doc's idea here. I mean, I don't like it. I don't want it to happen, but that does make sense. Maybe they hope the animals wouldn't survive and they'd become the windfall, because they won't kill anything. But if they find something dead, they'll sure eat it.
Yep.
Yeah, depending on how it died. Yeah, you can eat some roadkill, not all roadkill, right?
Because they did say that, or did they say they wouldn't eat animals at all? Because they said that they wouldn't, because that's the one thing that kind of, they said they wouldn't because they'd have to program the robots. So it was
they said they wouldn't kill a chicken, but if Diabate killed his own chicken, they would cook it for him.
Yeah, right. But they didn't say they would eat
animals. Human beings are animals, and they are consuming human protein. So I think they would eat. I think if that bison accidentally got hit by a truck, they would eat it. Actually, if it got hit by a truck, it would probably, the people in the truck might die also. But
it's a big ass bison. Let's be honest.
They're huge.
Anyway, I love that she's hitting the balls through the window. So that's great. She hit quite a few.
Yeah.
Good at it, I guess. She's hitting them pretty far.
I was a little disappointed with that scene simply because I thought it was really funny when she was in her little golf outfit. She had the little golf skirt
that was before.
The polo shirt and the little visor. I thought that was, and then to see her just kind of like, she just like threw a t-shirt and pants on to go smash windows. I was a little disappointed. I wanted to see her golf outfit again.
I know.
I think it would have made the scene even funnier.
But I guess she dressed up
for one. She doesn't feel like washing it. So
I think she dressed up for the country club, which has rules about what you can wear, right?
Yeah, except now
I think she just wanted. Well, I mean, she could have wore her PJs to the country club, and it wouldn't matter.
Like how she wore the gown. She just felt like dressing up.
Yeah, I think she was doing a thing. Like, let me go to the country club today, right?
Yeah. So here's the fireworks. Now, this is where I was saying I kind of wonder if at the beginning she already was thinking that maybe she would get hurt, because you don't shoot off fireworks and stay where you're shooting them. I mean, you light it, you run. You don't sit there in the middle.
Yeah.
Well,
these are backyard fireworks. These are not the level of fireworks. Like I've worked, so I used to work like for the city doing like special events for the city. I worked a lot of fireworks displays with like 8 and 12 and 16-inch mortar shells, and these backyard things are pretty safe like that. Should she be further away for safety? Yes, and we see why. in this episode, but I think they're not.
I don't know. You hear about people getting their hands blown off and stuff.
My brother.
That's okay. People that blow their hands off are like literally like their hand is next to the damn firework when it happens.
Right.
My brother had a very serious fireworks accident. His 3 fingers are straight across now because he lit an M80. It was in his hand. He lit it and went to throw it, but the fuse was too short and it went off in his hand. Because fraternity boys should not play with fireworks. And that's not a way to light. You should not light a firework in your hand. Like Carol, at least, originally the first one, she got a lighter. She's rigged up these long fuses. She's observing a degree of safety, but I do kind of agree with you, Jamie. I do agree with you. She's taking a risk. This is risky behavior for sure, right?
Yeah. Is it
very depressed?
Risky? Maybe not, but there's still a piece of, there is. I wouldn't sit in the middle.
See now, a little circle and everything, and her sitting in the middle. I would totally do something like that. But if one fell over, I would get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, that would be the big thing. You would move if anything went wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that she is just like you said earlier. It's kind of like Russian roulette. I don't think that she cares. And then whenever it does almost go off, it doesn't almost. It does go off. It almost
does go off.
She contemplates
her hair.
You can tell that she's like looking at it like, I don't care if it hits me. And then it almost does.
Well, she's given up.
Extremely lucky that it went right past her.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Karen.
No, you speak. JJ, please.
I was just going to say, I love her matter of fact attitude towards things. Like the garage is on fire and she just kind of turns around and gives it, and she just has this look like, that's interesting,
yeah.
And then just takes her time, getting the water hose, put it out, like not even,
Yeah. He'll fix it for me anyway. I wonder if she was thinking that though.
Well, I think the danger might have been that fire could spread to her house, so let's put it out, right? But I think she really was like when we see it tips over and it points at her, and I'm waiting for her to move, and I think she was kind of like. I think she's very depressed. I think she's very depressed. Yeah, I think she's like, if it hits me, it hits me. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We'll see what happens. And
she's very matter of fact about all of it.
She's very depressed. She's very lonely. She's very sad. And there doesn't really seem to be any hope for her. Like she was excited to be able to change people back. And now her plan seems to not be going. And it seems to be like everything she thought she knew, like Diabate knew already last week. I think that was very deflating for her, right? Like Carol, I mean, I think when she couldn't be a leader and a savior, like I'm not sure Carol has it in her, like for the long haul, the way Manusos does, right? Like Carol was like, I found something out, but did she really find something out? And what can you really do with that information? And
it was like she was excited to tell people almost a little bit.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's the thing. She found something out that was damning, and
like he already knows.
Turns out everybody else already knows
and doesn't care.
And they don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what does Diabate say? It's concerning.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do think though that's a bad idea because you could get hit in a face by a firework and still not die, but probably suffer a lot.
Well, yeah.
I'm not sure that was the smartest.
She does probably have reason to believe they will come and rescue her. She knows they're watching her every move, right? And yet they didn't intervene here. Like they let her sit there watching her. They know everything, right? They let her. The others let her sit there and take this chance.
That could be a part of it too. Her acting haphazard and reckless to see how much space they really need.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they let Manusos go on. I mean, they say they can't do anything without consent, but they're not going to intervene to save her. But I guess maybe now that they know they can't convert her, like, were they only, how much of their level of concern what was it? Is it all 100% real, or is it about like getting her,
converting her? Yeah, maybe. That's a good point. So she goes out and gets paint, and I was like, "What is she doing?"
Yeah,
I figured she was writing something, but I didn't connect the dots right away.
I didn't know what she was doing.
Yeah, This is where she's.
At first, I thought she was going to make like a spiral just for the shits and giggles.
At first, I thought she went there to buy other supplies to fix the house, but
that's what I thought too.
Yeah, I thought she was going to fix the roof, and I'm like, why is she painting the driveway? That's not really helpful. But
you have a picture of.
Yeah, I do. It's at the very end.
Yeah.
So at any rate, they come back. Zoja comes back. Wait. Do you think she's setting up Zoja or just lonely? Jen asks. I think she's lonely. I think that was legit. The thing is sometimes like she never said and I know she doesn't have to, and I get it, and she's pissed at him, but like she never really said she was sorry. And it's just like, am I the only one that it irritates when she keeps asking for things? All I can think is at least say please. Like, do you have to be so like?
But that's kind of part of the. That's kind of part of the.
Say please, really, to the people who overtook the whole world and like destroyed our civilization. Say please, people who want to convert you to a hive mind. No.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Carol ever said please to anybody in the first place.
I don't think she did.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I got to say though, I was not expecting that mental breakdown and hug and everything when she finally gets up to.
I think it was legit.
Oh, I think it was too. I was just not expecting it. The only thing I was really expecting was I thought she was going to say, "I'm glad you're okay." I thought she was going to say that.
Yeah, that's what I thought she was going to say.
And then she just totally broke, and I was like, "Oh, didn't see that coming."
Yeah. Just me says glad Carol finally cracked. Yes, I am glad.
I'm not. I mean,
I don't know. I like there being other people in it to interact with. Like, I don't know that I want her to completely give in, but.
So for storytelling, I'm glad, but I'm not glad that she is completely psychologically destroyed and
in a month.
It is giving into these people. And I guess the next shot is going to show the sign come back. So it's interesting that Carol painted come back for a drone to see and didn't just call.
Yeah.
She could have picked up that phone.
That'd be a big gesture, I guess. I don't know.
I guess. There's a couple. She only lasted a month alone. I was thinking of Castaway. I was hoping she lasted alone when Manny came. Yeah. I mean, at Castaway, he didn't really have a choice, right? He couldn't cave and crack.
He cracked. He just couldn't do anything about it.
I'm just going to call Manny from now on instead of trying to say Manuso, because that's easier.
I mean, he was stuck for like 5 years, right? But a month was,
I mean, look, it is completely isolated. It's not like she's alone, and like she could have just fooled around for a month and had fun, but with absolutely no interaction. Yeah, it would be very depressing.
Well, and she has no purpose in her life. Like in Castaway, Tom Hanks had to worry all day, every day about survival, right? And Carol doesn't really have to do that. She's just like, send me a Gatorade, like, right? Like she doesn't have a purpose in her life. I'm not saying like it was a good purpose in life for the dude in Castaway. That was horrendous, right? But she not only is she alone and isolated, but she has no nothing to live for, no driving force or anything. Right? Like,
I feel like, so, I'm thinking about this stuff. Like I say, as I'm watching, I really think about some stuff. And I was, when she went to the hardware store, me too, I too thought she was going to fix, the stuff and everything. I'm thinking to myself, and I start thinking about my own house, and I'm like, all my plans for my house that I do slow, throughout the years, because I'm not rich and can't afford to just, do everything I want to do in one fell swoop. I was like, that'd be like one of the first things. I would start tinkering around the house, do it, fixing this, fixing that. I mean, I could sustain myself by myself for quite a while.
Yeah.
Golden Tails bring up this the second person she felt guilty of killing. Yeah,
what she did to Zoja was pretty uncool, right?
Yeah. But she didn't do it to kill her, to be fair. I mean, she didn't intend to hurt her.
And it's because she thinks of Zoja as a person in a way that she doesn't of any of the other others, right? Like she felt guilty about doing it to Zoja. I don't think she'd feel guilty about like any random other. And this is where the others have been really calculated. Remember that they picked Zosia because she physically resembles the character in Carol's book. And they thought she'd be more receptive to seeing Zosia. And Carol's like, no, I won't, but maybe she really is, right? And she
I think I mean when she was high, and making the video and everything, she's like, why does she have to be so fuckable? You know, so obviously their plan totally worked.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think these people are, as we said in the beginning of our discussion, we kind of all agreed that we think they pulled out of Albuquerque to teach her a lesson.
Yeah.
This whole we just need a little time after what happened. They acted like Carol was dangerous, but really they're trying to
Well, they weren't wrong. I mean, to them, she was dangerous to an effect. But
she was, but
they were just, they were waiting for her to ask them to come back. I mean, it could have lasted a week or it could have lasted a year. It all came down to how long it took for Carol to ask for them to come back.
Right, yeah.
Which tells me it was absolutely them teaching her a lesson.
Yeah.
And now you're right. She put in the effort now, probably because in the sound she realized how much she truly missed them. I don't know. Do you think she misses them or just misses human contact, though? I think it's
human contact. I don't think it's. Yeah,
I don't
it's
think
not them
or anything like that.
And if she could have got the living 12 to be friendly to her, she would prefer to be talking to them, right? But they're all
I mean, if she was included in the Zoom calls, then I don't think she asks for them to come back. I think she's.
I would agree with that.
It's kind of amazing how so Carol is kind of an abrasive person and not
kind of.
I mean, I wouldn't want her as my next door neighbor, right? But the 5 or the 7 English speakers, they rejected Carol pretty quickly, and really not because she was being a bitch. They were like, you made my son cry. You made 1 million people die. You blah, blah. This is really not that bad. What's wrong with you? They were all kind of dicks, right? Only dicks survived. No nice people.
Yeah.
Mr. Diamante is the nicest person, and he's a total
he's the dick,
addict, hedonist.
Let me put it this way. When Artie was little, I was home with him for 6 months. And when I went back to work, I was so happy to be able to talk to an adult. I did not have a lot of human interaction.
You gotta
understand other than Artie for 6 months when he was a baby. So it wasn't even I could talk to him.
But the thing is, you're talking about absolutely no human contact. You still, I'm sure, went to the store to get stuff.
But that's my point, though. But that's my point. I had human contact, but it wasn't actual. You know what I mean? It was very. So I can only imagine. My point is, I can only imagine what it's like for somebody to have literally zero.
I mean, working at home, there are days where if I have no meetings, I literally don't speak to anybody. And I'll be like, oh, it's 5 o'clock. I've not opened my voice to speak. And let me call my dad and talk to him or something. Or let me thank God there's a podcast tonight or something. And that's once usually I have at least one meeting, right? But the kind of isolation that has happened to Americans in recent years with work from home and different and using electronics. But I forgot about the Zooms. You mentioned Carol being excluded from those Zooms and what the great benefit that is for the survivors that Carol's excluded from. It's really kind of, I mean, we see in this episode the cruelty of excluding a person, and only a really incredibly principled and dignified and superhuman Manny can really take it. And his isolation, his isolation is self-imposed. Carol's isolation was a punishment, right? So that's also he has a righteous anger, and Carol does too, but his is more righteous, right? Yeah. So, there's a difference there between the way each of them are isolated and Carol was like that in the beginning. I feel like Manusos has sustained that kind of righteous anger and desire to separate that Carol had, but has kind of lost a little bit because they broke her down with Soja.
Yeah, Carol would have been happy, I think, if she could have just hung out with Helen all day and not talk to another person. Because we see in the beginning, she's, reading the book and talking to these, fans and everything, and she hates it.
Yeah, she's not very social.
Yeah, I mean, as much as so, it's interesting because at the beginning, when we see the flashbacks of Carol, she's kind of a misanthrope, right? Like she doesn't like people. She thinks everybody's stupid. She's really mean. She's not very nice. And now when people are gone, she kind of misses them. Like this is like they're like, I feel like this is an old Twilight Zone episode or like a Stargate episode where like you wish everybody would go away. And then they're gone and you're alone. And it's, I mean, we've seen that there's an old Twilight Zone episode about a guy who owns a bookstore, right? And he wishes everybody would go away and then he's alone and it's not really what it's all cracked up to be, right? Yeah, it's like a be careful what you wish for. But
yeah.
So this was episode 7 or 8. We have only 2 more, right? This was 7 of 10.
More. Yeah, I think there's 10. I didn't actually look, but I think there's 10.
I feel like there's another shoe to drop with the others and that they're not as nice as we think and they're not as honest as we think. And I also I've read some.
There's 9 listed. I don't know whether there is a 10th or not, but there's only 9 listed on our database.
And I've read some speculation online about like, could there be more survivors that the others don't know about?
I think it's a definite possibility because I didn't know about Menusa first.
Yeah, I wonder if there could be like a colony of like Luddites or something, that like don't use technology and they're therefore not connected to them or something. I don't know. That could be interesting.
Or
like, that's possible.
Or like that there's like this there are a few like isolated tribes in the world, like in the Andaman Islands. There's that isolated tribe that won't allow any outsiders to visit ever. A guy got killed a couple of years ago trying to go there.
Oh, right. Yes.
And there's a couple of like tribes deep in the Amazon that like have no contact with outsiders and they're protected or whatever. And like, could there be groups like that somehow were isolated? Could there be people living on an island somewhere? Could there be, some Luddites or some Amish people or somebody that somehow, or like preppers that somehow ran underground when the thing started? There's got to be more characters. Like, I love this, but there cannot be another whole season with just 3 people, right?
Yeah, I
love this episode with only 3 characters in it, but how much
sustainable forever?
But I love this episode. I loved almost everything about it. And one more thing I want to mention when we talked about Menusos going into the Darien Gap and his journey, and this also was discussed in the Vulture comments, the sort of religious overtones and aspect to his journey as he travels from his home in Paraguay up through South America, and he gets up to the Gap, and how a lot of comments on things where he's tempted and he rejects it, right? He's tempted by the others 3 times and he rejects them 3 times, and he has nails driven to himself and he bleeds, and like there are just a lot of like and that every time.
I hadn't noticed it till now. Now that you say that,
I didn't notice either until these genius people. The Vulture comments are very much deeper and more rational than usual on Vulture or really any place else. I mean, Vulture has some good comments, but like a lengthy discussion of the religious aspects of this storyline. Whether Vince Gilligan intended them or not, or how could he not intend them? The way he's tempted 3 times, he says no 3 times, he always leaves money, he gets to this like arduous journey physically, he's stabbed with nails. Right? Like I would never have thought of it, and I was like, you genius people. Yes,
I don't think he wrote the script though, so it may not be him that thought of it. Oops.
Well, whatever writers are writing this, it really is kind of
This one is written by Jen Carroll, Ariel Levine, and Vera Blasi. So more than one person.
I think I think it must be really hard. I've never written a screenplay. I bet it's really hard to write one with very few words, and you're writing mostly the stage directions and the characters' actions, and then whoever had to choose all these songs for her to sing, which were great, right? Yeah.
All right.
It was great.
I think we've
2 more.
buried that.
Okay.
All right. Well, you guys are going to do
Percy
Jackson, Olympians. Yeah. I am going to go out for a little bit. I'll probably stay here, but I'll turn off the camera and listen to part of it because I want to try to watch season 1 first, but I just couldn't do it that fast once I forgot about it.
I mean, I think if you're really going to do it in time, it's not that long a watch. Like I said, they're short, and I don't think anything we're going to discuss would spoil anything. So if you hear something, you're not going to listen, but if you hear something, don't worry, it's not going to spoil season 1.
Okay. Well, I'll probably be around, but yeah, have fun, guys, and everybody else. Make sure that you come back Thursday at 10 Eastern for our Stranger Things trivia. Scarlett was also saying maybe we should do some 80s trivia with it too. That could be interesting. And it kind of makes sense. So
I'm from the 80s. I can do that.
Yeah, and then we'll have Christmas trivia on Monday. But yeah, I will see you guys in a bit then. I'm going to go off camera, and I guess I got to switch my thing because you guys, I'm assuming, don't want my background on now. So
I don't know if my overlay would just overtake it, but yeah, I'm looking for my plug here.
It might. You have to try it and see what happens. Go ahead and try it.
Do it a bit, Jamie. So I'm going to do these pictures, and AJ, you can keep an eye on the chat, okay?
Sure.
Does that work? So Percy Jackson and the Olympians, season 2. So I did do a quick review of season 1, and I think you saw, AJ, that I posted a video for Jamie to watch if she was interested, kind of recapping season 1. But season 2 is kind of like, it's a new year, not a new school year, a new summer, and a new story. How did you like these 2 episodes?
They were fine. You know, it's an interesting. You know, you had to have something happen to get to the bulk of the story. I mean, I know this is based. You know, this is based on the second novel, which is Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters. So
I forget. Did you say you'd read these books? Or
I have not. All my children have. I have not.
No. All right.
Percy Jackson kind of became a thing after you and I were already adults.
Yeah, you and I were already grown and like past, and we're not the target for this book series, and I think it's not as I mean, I'm sure adults could read it, but like it's not like Hunger Games is a little bit older than this, right?
Yeah, it's if because Rick Riordan, who wrote the books, actually years later continued the series. So like if it was something I had read when I was younger and then it continued later on as an adult, then yeah, I was read it because I loved it as a kid type thing. But all of it was I was already an adult at that point.
I remember my like.
But it's still enjoyable. I've always enjoyed Greek and Roman mythology.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I took a class in college and studied some of it. And look, it's not like a little tiny kid show, right? I mean, it's fine. But there's not fun. Like a huge amount of subtext to this show. It's not going to be. We would never do a deep dive with this show.
Yeah, it's funny though when after Luke stabbed the tree, and they're like, "Oh my God, what are we going to do? We got to heal the tree, and it's poisoned, and how are we going to do it?" I said to the boys, I was like. They should probably get the golden fleece, and Artie kind of smirked.
Oh,
because he knew that's what they were going to do.
Oh, you didn't know they were. You hadn't.
I had no idea that they were going to get
that.
And not until they reveal it later in the episode. I had no idea.
Yeah, but your Greek, your Roman mythology. So
yeah,
your Greek and Roman Greek.
Yeah, this is Greek.
You know your Greek mythology. These are Greek. So everybody's back, and everybody's Walker Scobell is back, right? As
He got much older. He got very old.
He aged almost more than Leah Jeffries, who also looks older and grown.
He looks older, but not like he does. He got taller, and his
hair got curlier, which as a curly, I can tell you it happens around that age that your hair gets curlier. So and Leah Jeffries is back, and Arian Simad, I can't pronounce this. I should be better at pronouncing Simadri. Arian Simadri is back as Grover. He looks the same, but I think he was a little bit older than his colleagues, right? I think he was the oldest of the kids when they shot season 1. And we have a new character. Daniel Deemer plays Tyson, who is Percy's Cyclops brother. So I saw a little thing about how they make him it's obviously CGI, right? It's obviously CGI Cyclops. He doesn't wear like a Cyclops mask. It's obviously CGI.
That's just not right. They should have employed an actual Cyclops. I don't think that's fair to Cyclopses out there. They didn't cast a real Cyclops.
I know, right? Their Cyclops is looking for work. And they didn't cast a Cyclops. This is what this young man looks like in real life. And I saw a little clip where he said he just shoots it all with his normal face. And then they CGI it later. And it's like a combo of his 2 real eyes that they're using like.
They kind of take the left of the one on the right. Yeah, I can see that.
They're not like they're like using his real features to make it look like it could be his unibrow and his eye, I guess, to do it, which is kind of interesting. But I could probably be like, hey, AI, look at this picture of me. Can you make me a Cyclops? There's probably like 1 million kids did that this week when they saw this.
Yeah, right.
But he's back as this new character. I don't know. What do you think about bringing in? I mean, you have to have new characters.
I think it's an interesting addition, simply because he's a monster, and a son of Poseidon. Which I'm confused about one thing though. So he says his mother is a naiad, but if his mother's a naiad and his father's Poseidon, how the hell is he a Cyclops? Unless his mother isn't really a naiad.
Yeah, how was he born to be a Cyclops and not to be he's not part Cyclops. He's part naiad and part God. He's a demigod, which he didn't know until this moment.
So I think maybe whoever told him that his mother was a naiad lied to them.
Yeah, he's not like Grover is a full satyr, but he's not considered a monster. He's like a
Well, yeah, satyrs are different. Satyrs are like guides.
They're like a level up from a Cyclops, I guess, right? Cyclops are considered a monster and have always been portrayed in movies and things. They've been portrayed as gigantic and stupid, right? And he is a little I wouldn't say stupid. I'd say he's kind of naive and sheltered, kind of, right?
It depends. I've seen plenty of things where Cyclops have been, and they're actually a lot of them. They're wise. Yeah. One common thread with Cyclops though is that they can see their own death.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a common trope with Cyclops.
He's really, it's this. So in the beginning, it's this kind of situation where how Percy, like in all of season 1. He's like a weirdo and an outcast, and people don't like him, and he has no friends, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And he clearly seems to feel like not happy that his mother invited this Cyclops to live with. He's not like, he's kind of like, I don't want this guy hanging around. Why do I have to be friends with him? Right? He kind of doesn't really he's not treating Tyson as badly as he was treated, but he doesn't really want this guy around. I mean, that's probably and he's not too happy to find out that they're half brothers. That's probably where the story is. They'll probably be like bonded forever by the end of this show, right? I don't know. But anyway, we waste very little time in New York. AJ, you're not a Harry Potter guy at all, right?
No. I mean, I've seen them, but I'm not.
in this scene with this Grey Sisters taxi, it reminded me very much of when Harry Potter takes the night bus. Do you remember that scene in the movie where it's this like special form of transportation only for witches and wizards? And this kind of felt the same way to me. There were no pictures in the press dump of Disney has very limited photos available, and there were no pictures of the Grey Sisters themselves. I guess they didn't.
I love that scene though. That was pretty great.
Yeah, and they are common. They have a name beyond. I had not heard them the Grey Sisters. They're called they only have one. Are they the Fates? They only have one eye between them.
Yeah. And what they call them? What the hell do they call them in the Clash of the Titans? I forget.
They've
got many different names.
Yeah, they have a lot.
They are the Fates.
They're the Fates, right? They're the Fates.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, they have been called the Grey Sisters, and I mean, everything they know their Greek mythology in these shows. They're definitely like.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. They've got many different names that they go by.
They're famous for sharing one eye and one tooth among them, and are often associated with the Gorgons, including Medusa.
Yeah.
Which means I bet they wouldn't be too happy. Why would that Percy killed Medusa last year? But anyway, it did give me a little bit of a Harry Potter vibe. We spend very little time in New York, and we go right to camp, right? Trying to go to camp. And there's an attack on the road. There were no pictures of these monsters that attacked them on the road to camp, who reminded me a little bit of, you know how they had like blue paint on their faces?
Yeah.
Did that make you think of anything? Like,
not really.
Oh, it made me think of Braveheart.
You know what? I knew you were going to say that though. As soon as it didn't make me think of that until just now when you said it.
The Braveheart ogres attack them on their way into camp, right?
Yeah, that's something I like about this season so far. Is they've jumped right into it. Like I get last season they got introduced characters, set everything up. This they jump right into.
Yeah. I mean, in that way, it is helpful. Like I told Jamie, you don't have to watch season 1 to watch this, but really, it's helpful to know a little bit about camp and like why they're going there and what's up there. I like the scene because it quickly gets Tyson, and Tyson's not allowed into camp. It quickly gets him into camp, and then Poseidon claims him immediately, which was a little crazy, right?
Well, I think if Poseidon doesn't claim him immediately, he's about to get killed.
He's about to get killed. All right. Yeah. I mean, would he not also be a forbidden child? Oh, no, his mother's not a human.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, his mother has to be a Cyclops, right? What? Oh, no, his mother's a Naiad. His mother's not human.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, unless I don't understand how this works, his mother has to be a Cyclops.
Right, for him to be born a Cyclops.
He was told his mother was a Naiad, but I think that was a lie because you're a Cyclops and your father is a god.
Because it was some random New York fortune teller who told him.
Right. Like I mean, unless I don't know something about Greek mythology, I don't think Naiads can give birth to Cyclops.
Yeah. But I mean, a forbidden child is just a child of the big three who are not supposed to have any more children, right? Like they made a pact to have no children, and I think that if he's a child of Poseidon, like Tyson seems to be about the same age or even a little bit older than Percy, right? So wouldn't like. Maybe he was born before the forbidden child prophecy thing came into effect. I don't know. But so he gets claimed right away. We meet some more new characters. Tantalus is the new camp director. I love that guy. He looks just like the drawing that they saw. In the taxi. They showed a drawing, right?
Yeah.
And this guy is kind of he's got this heat miser thing going on with his hair. Right? He's a little heat miser.
Yeah,
but his hair's
absolutely.
The actor is named Timothy Simons, the guy who plays him. He was from Veep. He played Jonah on Veep. And I kind of like him, and I like this guy in this role. I like them having this complete like kook as a teacher. And then, I mean, I wasn't surprised he turned out to be a bad guy by the end of the episode. A bad guy, which I'm always kind of against that term. But the camp is insane. Like they have two. Look at these two. These are two insane people who are in charge of the camp. Like who's in charge?
Yeah.
Who's in charge of appointing them?
I don't know.
They got rid of Chiron and put in Tantalus, who's a nut, and Mr. D is also a nut.
Dionysus is great. He's so much fun. He looks like a beach bum.
He does, right? Eating his little basket of popcorn there, and doesn't know anybody's name, doesn't know what's going on. Yeah, he's going to be useless. Like there's no way he's going to keep Tantalus in check. This guy is kind of the worst. So things happen. Luke shows up. I love his sort of like I love his the Greek key on his jacket there, right? It's very sort of like Trump Marina kind of look to it. But a Greek god thing going on. He shows up and he attacks Thalia, which seems to be how do we feel about? For me, I know how important Thalia is to Annabeth, but and so was to Luke, but like this is a character we've never met. Like she was already turned into a tree before we met her, right? And right. I'm not sure I'm really feeling the emotion. I'm not sure that I can really feel what they want me to feel here. I don't know. How do you feel about the tree being attacked?
It's a brilliant move to get into the camp.
Oh yeah, because her spell like protects the entire camp, right?
Yeah.
She's creating the spell that protects them. It is a brilliant move. It's just and we have to save the tree is a story that I can get behind, but the emotion attached to this tree is there because we're told it's there, but not because I see it, right?
Save the tree, save the world.
Save the tree. Yes, that's what it is. Save the tree, save the world.
I just want to answer B's question real quick. Essentially, yes, Dionysus is the party god.
Yeah, he's the god of wine and feasting and
debauchery
and getting high. Yeah. I guess, based on he kind of looks like the god of getting high in this picture. Yeah, he's the party god. How'd you like the whole chariot race?
I thought it was pretty cool, actually. I felt like it was too small, though.
Yes, the track was really small, right? I was like,
yeah, I felt the track was very small compared to the action that was happening.
Like if you've ever watched Ben-Hur, they have that massive track with these chariots, right? I'm like, how can all these horses and all these like?
Yeah, I felt aesthetically it just didn't look right. I feel like they should have. I mean, with the budget of Disney, I feel like they could have done a better job with it.
Yeah.
But the concept of it and everything was fun.
It felt a little rushed to me. Like it's the first day of camp and they're already having a chariot race. And like all the kids who are new, like, although Percy was not at camp very long when they had last season, the big thing that happened at camp was capture the flag. And this year it's a chariot race.
Yeah.
So the stakes are higher, but I guess there's a war going on and these kids got to get trained up a little faster.
Well, yeah, because Luke's followers and everything with Kronos.
Yeah. I did like it. And Disney dumped pictures of all the teams in the chariot race, but I didn't. There was a picture of the Aries team, which is, what's her name? Camille? The girl who is, is her name
I think it's Camille.
Is it Camille or Camilla? Camille? The mean girl. Who hates
the mean
Percy.
Girl, that works.
Camille Mitchell, that's her name. Her name is Camille. Yeah. Oh no, the actress is named Camille, right? The actress is named Camille. I think the actress is named Camille, and I think I'm looking her up right now. Blah blah blah. Who's in it? Blah, 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 who's in it? Hang on. I can't. I gotta find out who she is because it's not cool to not know people's names, right?
Clarice.
Clarice. The actress is Camille. The character is Clarice. So there was a picture of Clarice on the Aries. There was a picture of Annabeth on her. She's from Athena is her team, right? There are pictures of all of them, but I only downloaded this one because there were no real good shots of the chariot race, just the teams. Here's a picture that I uploaded. That's a great shot, I think, actually. This is when the birds attack, right? So during the chariot race, these birds, these like really mean, they're like really mean birds, like really mean crows, right? Who have bad claws. And do they have poison? I don't know. They're just crows come and attack. It's a whole setup. The whole thing is a setup for the quest. The whole thing is a setup really for this moment, right? Where Annabeth appears, where she betrays Percy by not picking him to go on the quest. And I guess when you're like 14 and your best friend doesn't pick you for their team, it's a really big deal, right?
Well, it's a big deal because he wants to go save Grover.
Yeah. And he thinks only he can save Grover. And he doesn't know, of course, that Annabeth has been told, like, don't pick him. He can't go on the quest. Like, it's important for the quest him not go, blah, blah, blah. And they're setting up an estrangement between these two. I'm not sure if this is the show I'm watching where these two are going to be like, are they Hermione and Harry and they just stay friends the whole time? Or are they Hermione and Ron, who it's will they or they won't they for the entire time till they finally get together? I don't know. Book readers could probably tell me.
I don't know either. I mean, did they get together you saw the movies too, right?
No, I've never seen the movies.
Oh.
I watched the first movie. After I watched the first show, I watched the first movie. But I never watched the rest of the movies.
You didn't watch Sea of Monsters?
No, man, I got like 1,000 episodes of Supernatural to watch. I got like so many shows to watch. I can't watch these movies. I have so much. So I don't know if there are book readers out there. They probably know. I guess don't spoil it for us.
I honestly don't remember if they get together.
You can, because I don't know if we're going to spend 10 more years watching all of this, but. Because when they came to camp, remember people were like, "Oh, where's your boyfriend?" And she's like, "He's not my boyfriend." It was very 12-year-old kind of thing. I mean, these three, we have like the golden three, right? We have like our Hermione, our Harry, and our Ron kind of in these three. Not that, and I don't mean that to say that I think this show is copying that. I just think like we have like the golden trio is like a thing you see in these. I mean, we had them in Twilight. There was a threesome, right? And there are three friends. And I don't know if this show is going to a little romance or it's just a very like teenagers need to be like, "Where's your boyfriend? Hey, he's not my boyfriend," right? It's a very like, it's a common taunt, common playground taunt.
Yeah.
But there is a rift between these two. And by the end of it, they're all three. Was anybody surprised when the three of them go on the quest?
I was a little bit. I was a little surprised that it ended up that way it did. I thought they were going to be in two different directions going for the same thing.
Oh, like the team Clarice would have. There would be a Clarice team and there would be a Percy team, the official team and the unofficial team going after the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, and we know that Clarice was given the wrong instructions, that Heat Miser told her the wrong numbers. I guess intentionally, like he doesn't want the Golden Fleece to be found because he wants the tree to die and camp to be destroyed. No,
I think he's just an idiot.
And someone's using him. He is kind of an idiot. I mean, he's not really is he a god? Was Tantalus a god? I mean, it's true that he was condemned to not be able to eat or drink, right?
Tantalus used to party with the gods.
I mean, it's where we get the term tantalizing, right?
Oh my God, Jamie.
He was being
No, Jamie, his name is not really Heat Miser. He looks like Heat Miser from the Christmas show.
His name is Tantalus, and he was punished for revealing the secrets of the gods and tricking. He was basically just a jerk to the god, right? He was a
thief too. It's because of he used to hang with the gods, and then he like stole ambrosia.
Oh yeah,
and other stuff, and that's when they cursed him.
Yeah. So he's more like he was a guy, or he's not a god or a demigod.
He was a king.
He was a king. So he was like an associate of the gods.
Yeah.
So he's not part of the family, and he's probably being used by someone who's on Kronos' side, right? In this war that's brewing. So by the end of it, these two are on their own like separate quest. Because look who showed up. Lin-Manuel Miranda showed up. Hermes, the messenger, right? And he sends these to, he comes as a messenger from Poseidon and sends them on their way. He was recurring in season 1, Lin-Manuel Miranda. I was a little surprised to see him, and then I was like, well, I'm not surprised because he was recurring. I was
surprised to see him for a minute there.
Because he has so much going on.
I was like, oh shit. Hermes is back.
I was like, oh yeah, he's in this. Right. I don't mind him in this role. I like him better in this than I did in the Golden Compass, but maybe because that was such a cuckoo person that he played, right? I know the shows that he does are very interesting. Actually, this is 2 television shows now that he's done that are based on like children's or YA kind of books. But he shows up and he's anyway, and off we go. We're off on the quest at the end of the second episode, which is kind of great, right? I mean,
it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out, especially since they didn't want Percy anywhere near this whole thing,
right?
Because they feel like it's oh crap, what's the name of the old headmaster's name?
Chiron
explicitly was like, Percy cannot get anywhere near this because Kronos wants the fleece for something, because Kronos is very, there's a reason behind all this, and there's a prophecy which we don't hear.
Right.
So
and in the dream, in the beginning of episode 1, or is it at the end of episode? There's the dream where it's actually the end of season 1. There's the dream. Is it right? When is the dream where Kronos says to Percy, "Your survival is like key to my plan"?
Oh, that was season 1, obviously.
End of season 1, he has this dream about Kronos, and Kronos is like, "I have plans for you," which is what all villains say always. So who knows? But
kind of like, Will, we're going to do such great things together.
Yes. That's exactly what that was. Oh my goodness. Thank you, AJ. That was brilliant. So we are now going to have one episode every Wednesday after this.
Yes.
So we have one dropping tomorrow that will cover. We'll always be a whole week behind on Percy Jackson, but that's okay. Right?
Technically, it's not behind.
Not behind. No, we're not behind. So anyhow, I don't think it sounds like a lot of our chatters maybe not are huge watchers of this show, right? Although Kronos Corp, Kronos.
I just saw that. I was just about to pick that up.
Good call. I wouldn't put it past him, right? So anyhow, that's where we are. That's where we leave it off. Jamie, I look forward to you catching up on season 1, which will be pretty easy watch. I think Jamie will like this show, actually, right?
Yeah, I think she will too.
I think this is kind of up Jamie's alley.
I'm still here.
Jamie, I think this is kind of up your alley. I think you'll kind of like it. And it's a quick watch. Anybody who hasn't watched it yet, like as we said, there's no episode that's more than 45.
Season 2, definitely the episode. And I'm actually glad they made the episodes a little longer in season 2.
They were a little too short, maybe.
Because I felt like in season 1, it was like you blinked and the episode was over, and it was like it never felt like enough. Like I distinctly remember the episode with the St. Louis Arch,
Oh,
I
yeah.
felt like that episode was way too short for what was going on.
Yes, especially considering the amount of action in that episode, right?
Yeah.
That's action packed for 20 minutes.
All right, well, I'll have to watch it. I can't tonight because I have some screeners I got to watch.
You should be able to bang it out in a few hours.
Yeah, I'm sure. As long as I have a couple days, I'll be able to see it.
Yeah.
Are they dropping 2 every week, or is
No,
it just
one.
No, just this 1 week. It'll be one every week.
You know, I don't know if you know it, but the War Between the Land and the Sea is apparently dropping 2 each time.
Well, there's only 5 of those, and they did 2, 2, and 1.
Oh, there's only 5? I thought there were 6.
There's only 5.
2 and 1.
All right, I see. Well, it's only got 1 week left. Then.
You know how the UK is? They like to do weird things with their number of episodes.
I mean, they do very short seasons in the UK for a lot of stuff.
True.
Yeah. So,
okay.
All right. Well,
everybody, if you're not, please make sure you join our Discord. I put the link in the chat so you can get our schedule updates and join our watch parties and stuff. And join us Thursday at 10 Eastern for our Stranger Things trivia. And then we'll plan on Christmas trivia on Monday. And then, of course, the holidays. And then we're probably going to come back, we said Sunday after Christmas, in order to do the next Stranger Things show. And the next Monday will just be the artist because it still fits. So, all right.
Do the Stranger Things. All right. Well, it's been great seeing everybody tonight. Great. We had a great, lively chat, at least for Pluribus.
Thank you, everybody, for coming and supporting us and chatting. And we'll hopefully see you.
We'll do it again next week.
B, you didn't know there was a show for Percy Jackson?
I would assume.
All right. Well, now you
we
know.
only talked about 2 shows.
Yep. So, all right. So we'll be back next week. Same bat time.
We'll be back Thursday. Well, I'll be back Thursday.
Fandom Access is back next week.
Fandom Access
will still be Tuesday. Yes.
Yeah.
But our next
you won't see me again until Tuesday.
Yep. Yes. All right.
All right.
All right, gang.
Right.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Everybody, look how much I can raise my arm.
Yay.
As far as I can go, but that's huge progress. I just want you all to see it.
That's great. Glad that you're getting better there.
Yep.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Night.